Hey everyone, what's up? And welcome back to my channel. It's Josh. Okay, so I realized in chatting with a viewer earlier today that I've never done a video just on my favorite NATO straps. I feel like I talk about them a lot, but it's always lumped into like another video on a specific watch. And if you haven't watched that video, then you probably haven't heard about them or heard me talk about them. And the viewer that I was chatting with had asked if I could do just a completely, a video dedicated to my NATO straps. Now, before we get started, I just have to say, as always, I am not sponsored by this company. They've never heard of me. They've never given me anything for free. And they are not, compensating me in any way, shape, or form for this video. So today what we're going to be talking about are BluShark NATO straps. If you've seen any of my other videos, you guys know that I love BluShark straps. They do just such a good job, though, I think, for the price that you pay for these guys. So we'll get into sort of the differences between some of these guys that we're looking at here in front of us in just a minute. But I wanted to show you, this is the kind of classic original BluShark nylon strap. They've since expanded since I first started buying from them. They now have expanded to like 7 or 8 different kind of product lines, and each of them has a different kind of quality of nylon, different features, fancier hardware, and so on and so forth. But I really, even through all of that, like I've tried a couple of their other, more recent product lines, and honestly, there's nothing to me that can beat kind of the practicality, the price, and just the overall fit, finish, and kind of comfort of the original nylon NATO strap that they do. They are really cool in that you can always find some kind of discount code if you look at like Retail Me Not, and they also usually do something like 10% off your first purchase, and then on any of their products, so not just the original, but any of their products, it's usually something like buy two get one free. So you can usually get like I've never paid like full price for any of them, and full price though honestly is only for the original ones. I think is only still $18, so really affordable. And that's really why I like them, because like look at this collection that we've got in front of us here. I tend to cycle out of bracelets and accessories and stuff like that because I kind of get bored of them after a summer, or if I maybe just want a single watch strap to wear for a certain, outfit or whatever it might be. And so I'm not going to go and spend, $100 or something on just a nylon watch strap. If you've watched my videos again, you know that I have one of the Omega, like the actual Omega NATO straps, and this was given to me by my lovely SA at the Omega Boutique when I bought my Seamaster, which is over here. It's great. It's a really nice NATO strap. This is definitely a nice weave of nylon. But this is $165 at retail if you were to buy it, either in a boutique or online. And like $165 for a piece of nylon with some metal hardware, I mean, that's ridiculous. Like, I know that there are people out there who are like, well, you spent $4,000 on the watch, you better spend $100 on a good strap. And I get that. I get that there are people who want to preserve, the keep everything like OEM, so to speak. But the thing is, you guys, there's nothing that this $165 Omega strap can do that this $18 BluShark strap can't. And so I'm sure you can tell as we're looking at this guy, I've had this for about a year now, and I haven't used it once. Because anytime I'm going to put a NATO strap on a watch, it's got to be a BluShark. So I brought out a ruler here, and what I want to do is just give you some kind of general measurements on these guys. So again, this is just the original BluShark strap. So let's measure from here exactly at the buckle to the end of the strap. And you can see that we are just at 11 inches long. So that's a pretty good size. I have pretty average wrists, and these are like literally the perfect size. Not too long, not too short. I have enough kind of, slack left at the end after it's on my wrist to do a really nice kind of loop back in. And let me just show you really quickly. If I grab the patty that we have here, this is the red and blue patty turtle by Seiko, and then here I have it on the navy and red NATO strap. I was actually just recommending this strap to a viewer who was watching my budget watches video, because in the summertime, look at this combination. That is dynamite. Really, really classic Pepsi look of the Seiko diver, and then so nicely matched with the navy and red kind of Pepsi color on the bracelet. And then, of course, on this one, I have, everything is silver hardware. So enough rambling on that. Let me show you guys how this wraps in case you've never seen a NATO strap. But let me show you exactly. So this little watch block here is exactly the same, like, circumference or whatever as my wrist. And so when I buckle this on here, it'll be exactly how it sits on my wrist. So you can see that we have a really nice buckle. These guys have, they don't cheap out. For $18, you're not getting like some plasticky feeling hardware. So you can see here now that this is exactly how, like, the length it would be on my wrist. And we have just enough slack that we can really nicely tuck that under, tuck it into the second keeper and then bring it back and loop it back and kind of secure it under the first keeper there. And it never ever looks sloppy. It never looks like, sometimes with really long NATO straps, I have a problem where, I've got so much slack that even after I've looped it through here, it's still dangling down in the bottom, and that just, it doesn't look good and it doesn't work for me. But because of the length of these, this is, again, just the perfect length to kind of sit and just really nicely secure under here. And the final product, what we're looking at here, this is such a chic but very like sporty chic looking way to wear a pretty sizable diver, especially during the summer months. Having any diver on a bracelet can get really heavy. It can get really uncomfortable if you're walking around and you're sweating. There's nothing more uncomfortable than a really chunky heavy metal bracelet. And the other thing is, if we look at, for example, my Omega Seamaster, this is the bracelet off of my Seamaster over there. This is a really kind of flashy bracelet, and I really love this bracelet, but, if I'm wearing just, jeans and a white t-shirt or something like that, very casual type outfits, this can kind of look a little bit out of place. And so in those kind of situations, what I will do is I will put my Omega on a NATO strap, and then, I can wear my Pride and Joy, and I can still wear it in a very casual kind of setting. And I honestly feel like I get more attention with this watch on a NATO strap than I do with it on the bracelet, which is really funny because people are like, wow, that looks really hot. Like, what is that? What kind of watch is that? What kind of strap is that? Again, the NATO strap, this is sort of like the iconic, James Bond gray and black strap. Now, really quickly, this is one of the upmarket versions, if you will. This is called, I think, the Alpha Shark, and so this is one of the newer collections that BluShark does. These are about twice the price. I think they're like $30 or $36. I'll put the final price here in the video. It's nice. You can definitely tell if we look at this guy versus, for example, same design. This is the gray and black bond type NATO strap. And you can see here, like, this is the original here on my Tissot C-Star 1000. And you can see the difference. Like, it's a much richer weave. It's a much finer weave here on the Alpha Shark. The only thing that I don't like about the Alpha Shark, though, is that this is such a shiny, very soft kind of weave that... Let me put this on really quickly and show you exactly what I mean. Do you see what happens with the weave? Because this is such a very soft, very pliable, very kind of shiny weave of nylon here, the slack tends to really slip and slide against itself. And so what ends up happening is through the day, this starts to kind of pull out, and then before I know it, I'm walking around and I start seeing this. And like, is there anything more sloppy than that? So, I don't know. For me, I think that these are really nice. If you like the richer weave, again, just order one for like $30 and see how you like it. But for me, the Alpha Shark still does not compare to the original. So with that being said, one of my favorite straps to put my Seamaster on is this black and red bond type NATO strap. And let me just put this on. I'll model for you guys how you do this up. Once you get this guy kind of situated and settled, you want to leave just enough slack in this top section so that the watch can really nicely sit there and you're not putting any excess pressure on those spring bars. So again, once we have it loop through like this. Can you see that? It goes underneath. We slip it through this keeper here. Okay, that comes down like that. And then onto the wrist it goes. Okay, so let's take our slack here. We're going to push it through the first and second keepers there. And then we'll loop it back under here. And I don't know what it is about the original, but just the way I think that the nylon, it's got these ridges, it's got a little bit less of that really slick and shiny kind of rich weave that we saw on the Alpha Shark. And so I can keep the slack here just sitting exactly like that all throughout the day, and it's perfectly fine. I never find that this comes flapping open. Just really a perfect strap overall, I think, for, again, those very casual times when you really just want to lighten the load on your wrist. So here is my Omega Seamaster on the red and black bond striped NATO strap. Anyway, really, really happy with this. Let me show you guys really quickly just a couple of the other ones that I have. I have a Victorinox something mechanical watch. This is old, but I love this guy. And this is on the same 20 millimeter red and black bond NATO strap. This is the watch that I wear when I'm going running or doing any kind of like, kind of dry land physical activity. I love this watch so much. It's so durable. Victorinox's all are. And then again, just having it on the NATO strap makes it such a lightweight, really easy to wear type of watch. And one nice thing also about having the NATO strap pass under the case is that it kind of does absorb some of the sweat that, from your wrist, and it's not getting kind of just trapped under your watch case. And I'm sorry, I know that that's kind of gross, but the thing about these, again, is that they're so cheap that if it starts getting grimy, if it starts feeling kind of gross, you can just toss it, and buy another one for another $15. Here is this is the gold Seiko Turtle. This is John's watch. It has kind of like that, almost like an anthracite kind of face. And then this one is on a really, really nice kind of army green. It's coming out maybe a little bit more like grassy green in the video, but this is definitely more of like an army kind of olive green strap in real life, and that just complements the gold so nicely. Okay, we looked at this guy already, but this is the Seiko Patty Turtle. This is these are both 22 millimeters, so I think the BluSharks come in usually 18, 20, 22, and 24. So you can really get them for any size watch. So here's the navy and blue on our Seiko Patty Turtle. Silver hardware. Really, really gorgeous combination. Probably one of my favorite color combinations on any watch. If you have, by the way, so I know that a couple of my viewers have my Seamaster but in blue. And shout out to Alan Giles. He just bought his exactly the one I have but in blue. Alan, if you are watching, this would be a killer combination for your new Seamaster. Here we have my previous generation Tissot C-Star 1000. One note here, Tissot has a really annoying habit of doing odd number lug widths on these. So this one is actually 19 millimeters in lug width, and what I did, I was so classy and just, let me see if you can see this here, if I pull this out through the back. I cut the edge really, really carefully with an X-Acto knife. I cut just about like 0.5 millimeter off of the width of this, and then I just took a lighter and kind of melted the sides in so it wouldn't fray. And now that perfectly sits in the 19 millimeter lug width on this particular Sea-Star. It's a diver, it's meant to go in the ocean, so, oceanic color theme. And then finally, you guys have seen this before. This is my Tissot Sea-Star 1000 Powermatic 80. This is the 2018 release, and I have it on just a basic black and gray bond type NATO strap because, again, here we have a very monochromatic face, so we did the monochromatic band as well. So yeah, that's about it, guys. If you have any more questions about BluShark NATO straps, please do let me know. I will put the link to their website as well as some of the information about some of the discounts that they do in the description box below. But again, I am not sponsored. You can get all of the same discounts that I can just by going on their website and doing some Googling. I will talk to you guys soon. I hope you have a great weekend, great summer, and I will see you later. Take care.